in our panel with the rest of the actors, how did you foresee or how did you feel about what's going on in the fashion industry regarding technology, innovation, and finance?
I think we're at a really exciting time when it comes to transformation of the industry. The industry today is actually talking about the hard topics, and there's innovations that are truly moving the needle. I mean, hearing somebody from Constanza say that they were able to reduce the cost of their fiber from 20 times to only an 80% premium. I'm not saying 80% is little, but we're talking about significant reduction in price, and like continued innovation is likely going to bring this cost even lower to a point that we're price competitive. So innovations in the industry, talking about additional financing of decarbonization of the supply chain is really, really exciting.
Regarding sustainability and climate change, fashion is usually being pointed. Like, what do you think it's going to happen with the industry? Do you foresee that it's going to change in the coming years?
I think they're not going to have a choice. In the last 2 years, there's been over 50 regulations that talk about some level of sustainability in the fashion industry between Europe and the US alone. And when these regulations come into effect, some of them as quickly as 2025, the industry is just going to have to act. And so I don't think there's much of a choice that the industry has to change.
In the presentations that you've shown today, you talked about countries like Chile, for instance, where the amount of textile waste is just enormous as contaminated in the northern Chile. Do you think that that's definitely going to change? What is going to happen to that tons of clothing that is being shipped today to this global south?
There's two reasons why I think that's going to change. And honestly, we're active participants in that. First, I already mentioned regulation, but EPR schemes, both in Europe, the US, Colombia has an EPR scheme that's been introduced, even Chile in textiles, means that using recycled materials and taking care of what happens at end of life is going to become a priority because it's actually going to cost brands. There's going to be tax on it. There's going to be equal fees around it. So it's going to become a priority just from a financial standpoint. The second is, with the rise of recycled fibers, and it is happening, a lot of these companies like Syrer, for example, a Swedish polyester recycling, have really aggressive expansion plans, and they're going to need feedstock. And that feedstock today is in Chile, it's in Ghana, it's in Kenya. And so the moment that they put a price on that feedstock and that it's traded as a commodity, you will see these markets move to be able to be suppliers.
And finally, what do you think about initiatives like Ambition Loop is putting together, where collaboration and an acceleration of a change is just the focus?
Collaboration is fundamental for this industry. The supply chain is too broad for a single actor to enact change. We think about the fashion giants, right? H&M. Even H&M does not fulfill the entire orders of the facilities and the manufacturers that they order from. And so if you want systemic change, collaboration has to be absolutely key and fundamental for it.